everybody, in today's video I'm going to be sharing my skincare routine, and I don't talk about skincare nearly enough on this channel or my Express channel really. I've kind of made that a little bit of a resolution for this year to do more skincare related reviews and videos, and it's just something I want to make more of a priority because I'm 31 years old now. I feel like I should be getting serious about the skincare, you know, using some things that are really going to hydrate my skin the way I should and hopefully fight the aging process somewhat. And what works for me might not work for everyone. We've all got different skin types. I think skincare is a really individual thing, so hopefully I can just describe my situation well enough and describe the products well enough to where you know whether or not some of these might work for you. And it's interesting because I have some total like holy grail products that I would repurchase till I die and have been using for years type of thing. And then I've got some other products that are newer to me that are more experimental. There are certain parts of skincare that I feel like I tend to swap things out a little bit more. But my skin type right now is really pretty normal. I have not had very problematic skin lately. It's really not too oily, not too dry. If anything, it will be a little combination, like a little oily in the T-zone. That'll be the area where like makeup will tend to show signs of wear toward the end of the day. The skin on my face also isn't overly sensitive either. But like I said, I am trying to look towards some more anti-aging products these days and just things that will really nourish and hydrate my skin. So I'm going to start with the AM skincare routine, and the first thing I do is wash my face with this CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. I have had this for just over a year. I remember starting to use this last January when Kristen Game got me onto this. I was going through a really dry spell, and this is just the bomb for washing your skin, not over drying it, still feeling like you've got a really clean slate for makeup application, but it's totally gentle. And if you've got any kind of random dry patch, which I do get on occasion, this does not hurt that at all. I think if you're eczema prone, this would be a good cleanser to try. It wouldn't overly strip those areas. And this is a 12-ounce container. I've been using it really consistently at the start of every day, and I think it's probably getting toward where it's almost gone, but I will definitely repurchase that. Then we're getting into some newer things that I've been using for about a month so far, just over a month, and it's the Olay Regenerist line. And it's interesting because you go into the drugstore and you kind of expect drugstore prices, and then you look at the skincare and you're like, holy crap, that's like, you know, 25, 30 bucks for a night cream or something. And so I get kind of hesitant about those purchases because, you know, you're buying a decent amount of product, it's got a pretty hefty price tag, and you know, what if it doesn't turn out to work? So I noticed on Ulta's website, and actually I think I may have seen a couple of these on Walmart shelves as well, they've got some smaller sizes of a couple of the Olay Regenerist products, and I have heard great things about the Regenerist moisturizer and also this serum. So this is the first thing that actually goes on my skin after it's washed, and this is the Micro Sculpting Serum. This is packed with great ingredients. No, I don't know them all. I will link below to more details so you can look them up, but it's supposedly good for the turnover of your skin cells. And this feels so good on the skin, so silky smooth. I just use one pump. It's very easy to get that everywhere. It seems to absorb quickly, so I feel like I can kind of move on to the next step without interfering with what this is doing, but it is really silky soft. And again, this is like the $9 small size of this that I'm trying out, and I really am enjoying that. Then I also got from that line, this is the full size, the Regenerating Lotion with SPF 15. So the day lotion from the Regenerist line. Again, very happy with this product. This is definitely, I think, a middle of the road moisture level, so it's really working for my normal skin. You know, it's not too thick and heavy for a daytime under your makeup type moisturizer, but yet it's not so light that I feel like my skin's looking dry and cracked, you know, under makeup, like I didn't give it enough moisture. So this has been great as a daytime moisturizer. I have an eye cream, by the way, that I am not good about using consistently. I try to use it both day and night when I remember. I'm just trying to get better about it, but it's the Tarte Maracuja C Brighter Eye Treat. Is it brighter? Brighter eye treatment. And this is really smooth, and I mean, it just has a great texture. It's super creamy, but it doesn't remain too like tacky on your skin. So if you want to go on top of this with makeup, I mean, I feel like I can get away with that, but I really should be using it more. It's a great product. It's a great level of moisture, but that'll be an AM and PM thing when I can think think about it. So then nighttime rolls around. My biggest skincare related question is, how do you take all that mask of makeup off, Emily? I use consistently these Equate hydrating face wash cloths is what they're called. You get them in a pack that contains 2 little like plastic bags, and they're basically a dupe type product for the Olay Daily Facial Cleansing Cloths. And those I used for years, going all the way back to college. I love those things. They take off all my makeup, but they can get a little pricey. And not every generic version agrees with me. And the main reason why is because some kinds will irritate the eye area, and I use these to take off everything, like the eye makeup, the face makeup, the whole shebang. And the Equate kind sold at Walmart does a really great job. I feel like they're totally getting my face clean at the end of the day. They don't irritate, and they also don't seem to over dry. And I know the packets, you know, of pre-moistened face wash cloths are really popular. These are not that. I don't really enjoy those because I feel like they always leave a residue and they don't take off the eye makeup well enough. And a lot of them seem to be kind of heavily fragranced. So these cloths are the kind where the soap is like in them. You get them wet with water, and then they kind of lather up and you can just wipe everywhere. One side of these is more textured and you feel like you can get a little more scrubbing action, and the other is totally smooth. So I use these every night to remove every stitch of makeup on my face. Another advantage to these is if you're traveling, they're really easy for travel because you can just take as many as you think you're going to need. You know, if you need 4 or 5, just take the individual cloths and stick them in your bag. They take up next to no room, and you can also just toss them when you're done. So this is my holy grail, repurchase them every time makeup removal trick. And also several times a week I will use my Clarisonic. I have a Mia too. I just don't use it all the time because A, I don't always feel like I have the time for it, and B, I don't think my skin needs it all that often. But I would say an average of 2 to 3 times a week I'll pull that puppy out, and once, you know, my skin has been mostly free of makeup but still has a little bit of the soapy moisture on it, I'll just take that and run it over my face. And so once the skin is clean, I pull out that serum again that I mentioned at the start, and then I use the Regenerist Micro Sculpting Cream for my night cream. And this is the small, like kind of try me size as well, which I still think is pretty generously sized. But like I was saying, this skincare stuff from the drugstore, it still ain't cheap. So if you want to try them, Ulta's website, you can find these for like $9 to try them out. But been using this for about a month solid. I'm about 1/3 of the way through this cream, and this may be my favorite part of this Regenerist line that I've tried. I just love the texture of this cream, and this is the cream that I kept seeing as like an editor's pick in magazines, or, you know, the favorite of the year, whatever, for a drugstore anti-aging type cream. And it really is a beautiful texture. It feels great going on. There is some fragrance in this. I don't really mind it. I don't find it to be too strong, but I think there may be a fragrance-free option in this line. But nighttime is when I really want a richer, you know, thicker level of moisture on my skin, and I think this has been great for that. I also feel like I've noticed kind of a difference in my skin just in the fine lines, and I don't know if this is a disappearance of fine lines due to these products or just that I'm getting better quality moisture in there and it's just making them less apparent, you know what I mean? But my skin has been really smooth, has not reacted to any of these products with breakouts. And then, you know, the eye cream, when I can remember it, I'll use that too. And one thing I should also mention is I had during pregnancy, it was totally hormonally linked, but I had melasma right here on top of my cheekbones, dark patches of really like super pigmented skin, and that has faded on its own. After I had Belle, I mean, almost immediately it started to fade. The hormones that were making that happen in my body basically weren't there anymore, and now it is almost completely gone. I'm not treating that with anything specific. It's just like leaving slowly on its own. So that's been great. I mean, I feel like that leaving paired with my skin being in pretty good shape right now, I can get away with a lot more like lightweight foundation type products. I have a couple of spot treatment things that I want to mention. One that I've been using for a long time. If I do get a blemish or a breakout, I use the Clean and Clear Persagel 10. This is a 10% benzoyl peroxide acne medication. Just use it right on the spot. It dries stuff up so quick. And then right around the same time I was having, we'll call it my dry spell, back when I bought the hydrating cleanser, I also got the CeraVe moisturizing cream, and this is great if you're dealing with any any dry patches on your face or body for that matter. This is great for sensitive dry areas, but it's a very heavy duty cream. This contains hyaluronic acid. It says moisturizes, restores, and maintains protective skin barrier. So this is not something my skin needs all over it by any means. I mean, it's a giant tub. I love the size of this, but I'll just, you know, if I happen to have a dry patchy area, maybe I've had a cold and under my nose it's really dry, just take a little bit of this, treat it almost as an overnight treatment, and it really clears things up. And lastly, a little skincare mention for lips, my e.l.f. lip exfoliator. I put this in the skincare category in my finale of the Emily Awards, by the way, which all of those winners are outlined on my blog, but this is definitely something that has been vital to the, I don't know, health of my lips. Maybe not the health of my lips, but the appearance of my lips anyway. Flaking away that dry, dead skin, just kind of running it over top lip and bottom lip, and then putting any great balm that you love on top of it really makes the lips look healthy and nice and ready to receive those matte, dry lipsticks. Every year for the Emily Awards, by the way, I do name 3 top skincare products, and this year it was the hydrating cleanser, this lip exfoliator, and my Equate face wash cloth. So I hope this AM and PM skincare routine was useful to you if you're looking for some new products to try. And like I was saying, certain things, and you kind of saw them as I mentioned them, are really holy grail great products to me. The things that seem to get swapped out more, for me anyway, are serums and moisturizers. So this is what I'm on right now, this Regenerist stuff, and I really am liking it so far. I've liked what it's done for my skin, I like the way they feel, and I think the level of moisture for my skin is just right. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.